Yeah, bang bang well. Good morning. Just a little video, really. I was talking to a friend of mine the other day, and it's come out in a chat when I was telling about when a bull. I mean, I'm telling you straight, yeah, these bulls, yeah, and cows and bulls, but bulls, they can really do plenty of damage. You know, you got to be so careful. And anyway, I used to have a push bike, but I paid a lot of money for it. This is it's when I was in Kingston. I paid a lot of money for it, and I was about 19 stone, and I used to keep myself really, really fit, get on the bike, and, you know, and fix wheel, and go miles and miles on the bike. I loved it, you know what I mean? And my mate Arthur Sutty, who lives in Epsom Downs, phoned me up right to meet him over a bit of business. So I said, look, I'll come over, I'll come on my bike, yeah? I'm going to come on my bike, and I'll come on my car. So I'm cycling, not on the pavement, on the road, but really, really fast, yeah? I'm going down to a roundabout on a sort of like a slant, yeah? I'm going down pretty fast, and on a fixed wheel, it's quite hard to stop, you know what I mean? But you've got the front, you've got your back brake, you know what I mean? But it's still hard to stop. Anyway, I'm coming down, no, you've got the front, basically front brake. I'm coming down the hill, and I got the roundabout, I took it a little bit wide, and there's a van coming round, and it clipped the back of my wheel. But when I say clipped, it smashed up, took me right off the road onto a grass verge. Lucky it wasn't a pavement, onto a grass verge, and smashed the back of my bike. The wheel and the frame was all bent. I was going mad. I was screaming, you know what I mean? Because I wasn't hurt. I was just knocked me off the bike, you know. And I was going mad. The van stopped about I don't know, 30 yards down the road. And two travellers got out the front of it. The driver was still in the motor, two travellers got, cheers, oh yeah, had to go. They're shouting and hollering at me, yeah. And they're coming over to me, really giving me grief, right? And I knew straight away that it's going to be aggro. I knew straight away it was going to be aggro. So rather than me get the first clump, I bang hit the geezer, one of the guys on the chin. And he went down. The other guy was fighting. He was like standing up and having a proper fight. And I knew that I was in trouble. Really, I knew that I was in trouble here, you know, because there's one, right, and the other one can never really ever fight, this traveller. And I'm trying to fight, and I thought myself, I've got to get away from him, mate, if I don't, I'm going to get back, messed up. And then the driver from the van, he got out of the van, come walking towards me also. And I went, just by chance, I went crack the other geezer, who could really ever fight. And he went down, and as he went down, I ran. I knew that I was in trouble. Listen, I ain't a coward, but I knew I was going to get smashed to pieces. I knew it, you know what I mean? And this one went down, and the driver started running after me, and I jumped over this fence, right? And I jumped running through this field, kept running, and the driver got back in the van with his two guys, and they're going down the road. And I'm thinking, they're going down the road to maybe try and get me that way, or get me this way, get some help from people, you know what I mean? So I'm running across the field. As I'm running across the field, I notice there's a load of trees. So I'm hiding by these trees, looking to see is anybody around, so I can go to the road. I want to get to my mate Arthur, you know. And I've got a mobile phone on me, right? But I can't really use it at the minute. I'm under these trees and I ain't getting no signal. So as I run across the field, to get to the fence, to go onto the road. As I've left the tree, I'm not joking, out of nowhere, I don't know where it's come from, this bull has hit me. It was like being hit by a train, I swear, man. This bull hit me. It knocked me about, I don't know, 6-7 foot in the air. And it hit my, what it done, it hit me from the back, right? It hit me around my bum, that area, yeah? And he whacked me, and I went up in the air and fell down, bit my leg. Oh, I thought he broke my leg, but he's hit me in my glutes, in my backside. I thought he broke my leg, you know, from the bone. I don't know, you know, my leg, mate, just went from underneath me. Also, I'm trying to get up and I can't get up. This ball hit me again, but when it hit me from the side. Hit me from the side. I went on the floor, and it come down with his horns. But I was so lucky that his horns missed me, but the head wham, straight into the side of me, mate. And for some reason, he just went away. He just went away, and I had to get up, because if I didn't get up and get away, this ball could have come back and killed me. So I had to get back. I'm trying to run, and I can't breathe now. I'm trying to breathe, but the pain in my side is too much. Yeah. Eventually get to the fence. It takes me about, I don't know, 2 minutes to climb over the fence, because I'm such in a bad way, and I'm all worried about these travellers coming back looking for me, because like I was there to kill me, they'd have smashed me to pieces, mate. I had to somehow get away. I got over the fence. I'm by the road, and there's only, as I say, it's only a grass verge. And I got on the phone to Arthur Sutty, my mate in Epsom Downs. I said, Arthur, you've got to help me, mate. I'm in a right bad way. I've had a fight with some travellers. Right, it looks like they're going to come back, and if they get hold of me, mate, I'm in a bad way, you know, because I climbed over a fence. I said, and this ball from out of nowhere has hit me, and he smashed me to pieces, and he's done my ribs, I think, you know, my legs, I feel as if it's broken, mate, but I'm in a bad way, and my adrenaline is keeping me going, yeah. Before, I thought I was in a faint. He said, look, whereabouts are you? And I'm trying to explain it to him. He said, look, wait, go get somewhere you can, I don't know. He said, look, you don't be don't be standing out in the road, mate, on the verge, because if the travellers come back, you're in trouble. He said, I know the site they're coming from, and it ain't far, right? So just wait there. So I'm trying to tell him where I am, and he actually, as do you know, like when you're in so much pain, or when he needed help, and down this road here, there was a lot of traffic. Also, a van was coming up. I thought it's the travellers. And it stops, and I thought I'm in trouble, and it was Arthur Sutty. He went, get in the van, quick. And I was, Arthur, I can't get in it. I can't get in it, I can't lift myself up. The whole body had just gone numb. I was in a right bad way. He opened the side of the van and pushed me in there, laid me in there. I thought that I couldn't breathe. I was hardly getting any oxygen, yeah. It was like, I couldn't believe it. So he took me to Kingston Hospital, yeah. I went to Kingston Hospital. I went in there in the emergency A&E, yeah. And it went mad. The guy, my body was, when I told him what happened, I said I went over a field, and I said I was just looking for birds on my bird watcher, and I said from out of nowhere, so a ball's come and it's hit me and it's whacked me up in the air, come on me and smashed me at the side, and I said I can't breathe. I'm in a bad way, and I'm not black and blue, but I'm bruised. My leg and my back and my backside is like, it's smashed to pieces. Yeah. When they took me to the X-ray, my glutes, my backside, and my leg, there's some bone there that it's snapped, this ball, and that's a plaster Paris me up in really bad. I was in the hospital for about 4 or 5 days. I was in a right bad way, and what he'd done when he hit me in the side, he cracked my ribs. He didn't break them. He just cracked 2 of my ribs, right? And because he cracked them, they was leaning on my lung or something. He said, you're lucky. He said that they didn't break. He said, because if your lungs had broke, if the rib cage had broke, it had gone through your lungs and you'd have died. You'd have died without a shadow of doubt. You know what I mean? He said you just couldn't breathe. You'd be like in a bad way. But I said I couldn't breathe anyway. He said, yeah, because it's resting on your lung. He's pushed it. It's just cracked and it's onto your lung. Wow, man, I was in a bad way. They drilled something into my side. I don't know what they've done, mate. That's obviously so that to give me an operation. I was in there for about 3 or 4 days. Discharged, my leg was all plaster Paris up. They bandaged me up. I was in a bad way, mate. I thought I was going to die. And I was more worried, believe it or not. I know I was smashed to pieces, but I was more worried about the travellers going back, because I knew I was in a bad, what I'd done to them travellers, I knew if they come back and get hold of me, I would be dead. They would have smashed me to pieces the way I was, yeah. But anyway, I got away. I was in hospital. I was in there 3 or 4 days, maybe a little bit longer. I had to go back and keep looking at me and these things they put into my sides, my ribs. They had to take them out. So they put me out an anaesthetic and take these things out. Anyway, I'm okay because I'm back here. I've had to bang, bang, roll. Nice one.